Do you want love? Do you want an amazing relationship? Well, listen, stop looking for him. Now listen, let me make this very clear. Nothing wrong with you wanting a relationship. Nothing wrong with you wanting that great man in your life. Don't deny those desires. Don't reject them. Don't try to act like this it's not important to you. That's not the purpose of this video or this message I'm trying to convey. I simply want you to shift your focus onto things that are going to be much more beneficial for you right now, but yes, will still actually set you up even greater to receive that amazing relationship and that amazing man. So to get right to it, number one, start finding your purpose. So listen, I have a saying, and it is, if you don't know where you're headed in life, you don't know who belongs on that path with you, all right? So I see a lot of women trying to, again, seek out a relationship or hoping and focusing on relationships, but they're not focusing on finding who they are. They're not focused on discovering their true self, which also lines with or connects with finding their purpose, all right? And so this is a time in your life to be doing that because, again, for some of you, it's in that process or it's in getting to that place that you'll actually meet that guy. But that's not the real focus here. The focus is in you finding your purpose, you can find your peace and happiness, which we're going to talk about more later in this video, but you can find what fulfills you. You can find that value within yourself. Because it's when we don't have purpose that we start trying to attach ourselves to different things, many times things that do not belong in our life, things that we should not be engaging in, and we make it much more difficult to now get into proper alignment with where God wants us to be. And I want you to understand something. Do not get attached to things that God never told you to engage in. Now, I know that's easier said than done because we've all done it on some level or at some point in our life. But again, I'm going to repeat, do not get attached to things God never told you to engage in. And so to give you a perfect example of how that can happen and how not finding your purpose early on can now create problems for you later in life as well as with relationships. So quick story, I had a client one time and I can't remember the exact field she got into. But let's just say she got into corporate America. She was trying to make a career for herself and she worked her way up to CEO and she was killing it, all right? And she was CEO, I can't remember what city she was in, but she was CEO, let's just say for the sake of the story, in LA, all right? Time goes on and she meets a successful man who happens to live in Milwaukee. Again, I'm just making these cities up. I can't remember the exact story. But this is a true story. Guy lives in Milwaukee, successful man, has it together. They had an amazing connection, all right? But now he wants her to move to Milwaukee so they can be together. But because she's so locked into her career, and let me make it clear, career does not equal purpose. Success doesn't even equal purpose. So there are plenty of people who are successful and not walking in purpose, which is why they still have depression, which is why they are not fulfilled, which is why they're trying to fill that void with all kinds of unhealthy things. Because success and money do not always bring fulfillment and they do not equal purpose. So with that said, this woman was locked into her career because it can become very difficult as a human being, man or woman, to have worked so many years building yourself up in this specific area, whether you belong there or not, to now let all that go and take a leap of faith and move in a different direction. Now, she would have been well taken care of. She had money saved up over years. It's not like she didn't have a cushion that would allow her to take this kind of a chance. But again, emotionally, she was attached to this career. When it was all said and done, she never made the move. They never got together. And in her mind, how could he expect her to leave her job and all these things? But what's more important to you? That career or that love? And if your purpose was with that man, then you're just undermining that. Now, let's talk about that for a second. Because for some of you, and maybe some of you may not like hearing this, but this is just the reality, and I have to be spiritually honest here. Some of you, your purpose is within the man you're going to be with. It is going to be you who will be his multiplier, who will be his magnifier, so to speak. It is when you come together with him. Now, granted, there is a process you have to go through before you get to him. So there's still a purpose process that you have to find, all right, that will lead you to that. But understand that it may not be you doing your own thing, so to speak. It may be you doing something with him, that you two together will create this amazing force, all right? Because another thing that's kind of hitting my spirit, a lot of people have this mentality of, I want to be a power couple. And they think power couple is this woman who's been doing her own thing and this man who's been doing his own thing, and they come together, and together there's this powerful force. But what people don't realize is many of these quote unquote power couples are a facade. There's no balance in the relationship. They're unable to truly come together because they're both attached to what they have going on. So on the surface, it looks great, but emotionally, there is no true connection there. Spiritually, there is no true alignment there. They're not the power couple we should be aiming for. A power couple is two people who, when they come together, make something even greater. All right. And together are able to move in the same direction with each other, not pulling each other apart, not, going away from each other, not being able to pour into each other. No, they're able to come together, pour into each other, make things happen with each other. They're in alignment. That's the kind of power couple we should be striving for. But all that to say that, yes, for some of you, your purpose may be there. But to get back to the point that I was making, when you become so attached to things that you've decided to do in your life, that God never gave you direction to do, you now make it hard to pull away, and this can block you from greater blessings. So you want to take this time to find purpose, take this time to seek direction from God, do what he wants you to do, and not get caught up in what you think you should be doing. And allow yourself to go through that quote unquote purpose process and get into proper alignment. Again, so that you can be happy for you, so that you can have the peace that you need, but it can definitely set you up for that amazing relationship that you desire as well. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. Every day you deal with so much. So many different things are being thrown at you, wearing you down mentally, spiritually, and physically. And the reality is that you need to learn how to protect your peace.